61 points, 21-15-141 to 11-14-80. 93,000 people packed into the MCG to see a grand final billed as a close battle, but descend into a one-sided affair.
Melbourne's love affair with football knows no bounds. By 7:30 this morning, even MCC members were queuing back into the car park.
Every year we do it, and the queue just seems to get longer every year too.
And I have done it before, in the late 50s.
Around by the AFL members, an even more extraordinary sight. An estimated 30,000 fans lined up 7 hours before the first bounce. Ruth Langley of Clayton had worked hard to get first place in the queue.
I arrived at 10 minutes past 12 last night.
When the gates finally opened at 10 minutes to 8, there was a stampede. As the traffic poured into the car park and tens of thousands of Geelong fans streamed down the Princes Highway, it was clear this grand final was being seen as something special. Some were willing to pay a high price for the hottest ticket in town.
Up to $200, I think.
For the first time since the 1956 grand final between Melbourne and Collingwood, the MCC members were soon packed to overflowing. Meanwhile, another 15,000 fans had paid up to $500 each to pack into a series of grand final breakfasts, secure in the knowledge they'd bought themselves a reserved seat. As they relaxed, Geelong fans were whipping themselves into a frenzy as their heroes departed Cardinia Park. At the MCG, radio stars were doing the same, as it became clear the Cats were overwhelming crowd and sentimental favourites. Their fans were not embarrassed to display their allegiance to anyone who was watching. They even had the Premier's vote.
Anything more than a point's a satisfactory win, but it could be as high as 5 goals.
At midday, the players arrived for the first ever grand final between Carlton and Geelong. Once again, it was the Cats who got the biggest reception and claimed to be the more relaxed.
To get a good bloody 9-10 hours sleep was great.
Soon after, with the ground a sea of colours and expectant faces, Brownlow medalist Paul Kelly and our triumphant netballers completed a lap of honour before Tina Arena got proceedings underway.
You come a-waltzing, Matilda, with me.
It was time for the bookies' favourites to take to the ground, looking for their 16th straight win and 16th premiership. The crowd favourites then emerged, chasing their first grand final triumph in 32 long and painful years. By half-time, though, Melbourne's youth had to lift the gloom on what had become a one-sided match by providing a stirring tribute to a century of Australian cinema. An hour later, all the tributes had to go to an outstanding performance by Carlton. The Blues had provided the perfect finish to an almost perfect season and given their supporters an overwhelming invitation to celebrate wildly. The contest may not have lived up to the build-up, but the Carlton players and their jubilant supporters didn't care. At least they had got what they had come to see.
And now we go to Eddie Maguire in the Carlton rooms.
Well, thanks, Peter. As you can imagine, they're absolutely jubilant here in the Carlton rooms. And with me, the man who kept Gary Ablett goalless on grand final day, Stephen Silvani. Congratulations, Stephen.
Thanks, Ed. Fantastic.
I bet you wouldn't, if I had asked you if you'd keep Gary Ablett goalless on the day, you would have taken it?
Oh, I would have, but tell you what, I've had some sleepless nights, but I mean, if you watch the way the game was played, I had a lot of help out there, Dooney and Secco and Ange and all those guys, Andy McKay. And I had a lot of help, and that's the only way you can do it, I can tell you that.
A record-breaking season, 20 wins, 2 good finals wins, and then to win a grand final by 10 goals, fantastic.
It has been fantastic. I think that, you know, when we came to the game today, I mean, there's always a doubt that you're going to get beaten, but we just keep reassuring ourselves that we've won. You know, we've only lost 2 games. We were a very good team, and we proved it on the day today.
Thanks very much, Stephen. I know you're going to have a big night tonight.
Certainly will.
Enjoy the night. Okay.
Jubilation for Carlton, despair for Geelong. Here are more highlights of the AFL Grand Final. For Carlton and Geelong, the AFL's 99th Grand Final represented similar opportunities to erase past disappointment. For the Blues, the misery of 1993 and the back-to-back exit last year, chasing a record 16th premiership, their first since 1987. For the Cats, the unimaginable emotional baggage of losing 3 grand finals in the past 6 years. This their 4th ultimate appearance in 7. Carlton kicked the first 4 goals of the match, the last 3 in 4 minutes. Brad Pearce, the 4th.
Left foot, not a bad kick. The Blues have got their 4th on the ball.
Geelong finally replied through Peter Riccardi from the 50-metre line.
52 metres out.
And David Mensch got a second to keep Cat Hopes alive at the first break. The second term began with another Carlton goal. Earl Spalding effecting a tremendous smother and a successful second effort. 3 more goals followed. Captain Stephen Kernahan demonstrating his aerial ability.
Gives it to Christie, who pumps it long and high. To Kernahan again.
After the half-time siren, 40 points in arrears, Geelong tried to rally with an old-fashioned show of strength. But the Blues emerged after the long interval as they entered. Williams to Kernahan. Williams got the next, and then Peter Dean went long to the square.
It's marked by Williams. He's going to get the goal anyway. Greg Williams has got it for the Blues.
Williams got his 5th at the start of the final.